Okay, I'm back, sort of. I'm just turning on another light here, a little more on me. Um, okay, so anyway, I came back to the company, and that's when I got the new position that I really enjoyed. Um, and it was in a new location. It was a new store. Um, it was an outlet store, which was a lot different than what they had anywhere else. I had a lot of basically items that they had had in their warehouses and other places they just wanted to get rid of. And they would send my way, and I would sell them for reasonably cheap prices um, in the fashion of outlet stores and outlet malls. And I think it was a great idea to do that. It cleans out your old inventory, and it gives the customer a place to go to get inexpensive items when the place is already fairly expensive. We also did photo finishing. Now, the photo finishing side is my love. I do enjoy that. Um, I really got into it. I know basically all the machines that they've got out there, made by Fuji and various other companies. Um, Fuji's are my favorite machines. I like a lot of Fuji stuff. Uh, I have worked with Kodak stuff, but the Fuji machines seem to surpass them, color quality and technology. Um, and I've worked with the latest machines, um, and I know them inside out. I mean, when I'm talking about inside out, I mean I can actually take one and fix it. If it's gone having a problem, I can fix it. My ex-wife, who I will get into that because this is my sad sordid story that I've kind of rabbit trailed into, um, was one of their techs, and I learned a lot of stuff just because she was a tech and she was my boss. Um, anyway, now that's kind of leading into what happened. So I'm comfortable in this store. Well, my wife had wanted to have and not the wife, guys, that I'm married to now. This is my a wife that I got divorced from several years ago. It's about 5 years ago now, 6, something like that. Anyway, uh, she wanted to take another position, and she had wanted to be uh, uh, kind of a district tech, basically, what we call a TSM, Technical Service Manager. And of course, she couldn't be a TSM for our district. She had to go to another district. This district happened to be the rival district that I was talking about. Everybody up there had awesome sales figures. They were incredible stores, and their DM was a real mover and shaker. I was, matter of fact, intimidated. Um, of course, my DM put in good word for me and sent me up there. They gave me a store right off, a good store. It was a small store. It was in Davis, um, and and I had the college campus to deal with. But I mean, right from the get-go, they were on me, um, and they just really didn't like um, what they were seeing. I wasn't bringing in enough numbers, and the big problem is that it was very difficult for me. I was in a new environment. Um, I was really unsure of myself. I didn't have, I think, the backing that I had in my other district. Um, I didn't know any of the managers. I didn't know the DM that well. And the big bosses were just kind of like looking at it and going, "You're not producing what you were producing when we had you back there. This is not good." Um, so I actually talked to my boss and asked him if I could step down. And so I did. I stepped down and I went into a friend's store that he ran up there, and I did, I think, fairly well for a while. Um, but I still had a lot of issues. My wife was my boss. I was stressed. There were long drives to get to work. Um, I was again, I was having troubles producing for people that I needed to produce for. Um, it was just basically the way I look at it. It was a bad from the start. Um, yeah, but I lasted. I tried to last. We ended up buying a house. I ended up getting the promotion that I wanted, which was lab manager. And then my marriage started to fall apart. Um, and it completely fell apart. And personally fell apart. I had panic attacks. I had nervous breakdown. I mean, I completely just lost it, and it affected my job greatly. So, I mean, I would be absent from work frequently. I when it actually first started, and I had my first panic attack. I ended up telling one of my associates, "Look, call a manager," because I couldn't get a hold of him. And I says, call him, let someone know what is going on. I am having a panic attack. I am really not doing well. I am going to the hospital right now. And I had to leave the store. And if anybody that suffered from a panic attack will understand what I'm talking about. This is the worst I've ever felt in my life. I'd never had one before. It was a fight or flight syndrome. I had locked myself in the bathroom of my work. I was the only um, active or on duty manager at the time, and I was just in a sore spot. Anyway, that was my biggest mistake. Um, the bosses basically said that I abandoned my position in my job, and I lost my job. They asked for doctor's note. I forgot it. I mean, I was just completely out of there. I mean, I still have the darn doctor's note in a file, so with the date on it, Um, and I never took it to court. I never contested it. I got really depressed, and my wife left me. I lost my home that I had just bought and I only lived in for about a year. Lost my cars, lost my self-respect, and then soon after, of course, lost my job. I worked a few other jobs here and there, and I went out with a girl, and she, you know, talked me into going to school instead of getting work, and her mom supported me for a while I was a student because they figured it would be a lot easier for me to be able to get a job um, and if I had my high school diploma completed. I was actually originally going with my GED, and then later on I turned to go for my high school diploma, and uh, and that's what I've been doing. Well, also I was gonna say I lived up in Sacramento for a while with them, and anyway, her mom lost her job, and I gotta make this really fast. I'm gonna make a third video. Screw this. So we'll leave it at Sacramento. Okay, yeah, this is a long story. This is just like, and that's a short. This is the short version. Uh, it's a lot longer than these videos are allotted. So let me stop here, and I'll see you guys in a second.